So you're thinking about buying a house. Yay! But you don't want to do. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to start. Uh-oh. What do I do? Don't worry. That's what I'm here for. So, first thing we will do is get your finances straight. So, I'm assuming you've been saving money. If you haven't been saving money, don't worry. It's okay. We will get you connected with the lender. The lender will pull your credit, pull your finances, pull your whole financial story, and put it together one nice, neat little packet. And they'll look at it and they'll say, yes, you are pre-approved to buy a home. Here you go. This is your stipulations of buying your home, and here's the amount. That is very important. Getting a pre-approval is essential to buying a house. That's your first step after saving some money, putting some money to the side. Then you start with your pre-approval. So the pre-approval will tell you what kind of house that you will qualify for. FHA, VA, USDA, what kind of loan you'll qualify for. The loan kind of determines, the house kind of determines the loan back and forth. You can't buy a house that won't qualify for VA if you have a VA. You can't buy a house that won't qualify for USDA if you have a USDA loan. So it's important to know what kind of loan that you're qualified for and the amount. The reason why the amount is so important is because, number one, we don't want you house shopping for houses that you can't afford. That's like going to window shopping down Sunset Boulevard or Rodeo Drive knowing that you're working off a Bud Light budget. You don't want to do that. We want to match you with the houses that your budget will allow. You don't want to be house poor. So that's what that qualification will tell us. It tell us what kind of houses or what price houses you will qualify for. Now, if you're paying cash, then you don't have to worry about the qualification part. A cash deal, we can find you a house and close within usually 2 weeks. Start to finish. So buying a house with cash, you go through the home inspection. If you choose to get an appraisal, you'll get an appraisal done, and then you go to the closing table after the title work is done. If you do financing is kind of the same way. You do the home inspection, you do the appraisal, and then the lender does their job about getting all the finances ready. So if you're financing a house, it takes roughly around 30 to 45 days, all according to who you use when it comes to financing. A lender is very important. Good lenders are very important to have. They're not all created equally. So definitely, I wouldn't say shop around for lenders, but definitely call around and find out different styles that lenders work under, if there's a team or if they're working by themselves. It will tell you a lot. Or if it's a big conglomeration and you're dealing with 20 different people that have your files and you never know which ones. Those are things you need to think about, because delayed in the lending process can lose you the house. So you need to find a good trusted lender before you even put in an offer on a house, and that's where the pre-approval comes in. So you get that pre-approval with the lender, we find you a house, and then you're like, oh no, what next? Well, the first time we walk through the house, that is you looking at the house and seeing if the house is doable. If this is a house that has the most perfect potential for you, that's what you're looking for. If this house has the most perfect potential for you, then we put an offer in. What does that mean? That means I get with your lender and discuss what a good offer looks like for you in your financial situation. And I get with you and see what a good offer looks like to you, what you're willing to pay for the house. And we put it all down on paper. Now, when we talk about offers and we talk about negotiating offers, we're talking about a bunch of different things. When we negotiate offers, we're not just negotiating the price in with the offer. We're negotiating the price, the closing cost, who pays the lender fees, who pays the title attorney fees, who pays the realtor. That's also negotiated into the price or into the offer. Is it on a septic? Do you want the septic drained and inspected? It has to have a wood infestation report done before you get to the closing table. Who pays for that? A home warranty. Do you want a home warranty? And if you do, who pays for that? What does that look like? There are multiple things once we get down to writing an offer that we negotiate in. A smart consumer will look at the house as a whole and negotiate in what they want to pay for the house as a whole without, breaking it all down. So we will go over that line by line when we get to the point of submitting an offer for you. The first step after submitting an offer, once it is negotiated on and everybody agrees, then your offer is sent over to your lender or your contract is sent over to your lender and your closing attorney. At that point, your lender will start ordering your appraisal and doing things on their end. The closing attorney will start working on the title work and everything on their end. And you and I will start working on the home inspection and everything on our end. I will send you a list of home inspectors that we trust and use within Gina E Realty. There'll be 4 or 5 of them that I will send over to you. Call. Find out, who has the best deal, who's offering you the best, who works best with the time frame that you're working in, and get your home inspection ordered. Then let me know when your home inspection is ordered so I can let the sellers know, so they can either leave the house for the home inspection or they're not in the showers naked when the home inspector rolls up. That's kind of important. And once the home inspection is done, then you will go through that home inspection list and you'll look at it like a smart consumer. You look at things, if it's health, safety, hazard issues, then yes, absolutely we want the sellers to get those fixed. But if it's a house that was built in 1990 and it's not up to 2025 code, you cannot ask a seller to bring his house that was built up to code in 1990 up to today's codes. If you want a new build, you should go buy a new build. So you look through the home inspection report and you see things that, are things that you feel need to be fixed or addressed prior to you purchasing the house. We take that list of things that you find, if you find anything off from that home inspection, and we send it over to the seller. The seller there then reviews what you have requested and either says, yes, I'll make these repairs, or no, I won't make any repairs, or yeah, I'll make some of these, not all, and it's all negotiation. So that's the second line of negotiation after the contract is negotiated and signed. The second line is the home inspection. We negotiate who does what repairs, and we get to a point that everybody agrees on. Once that is taken care of, your appraisal is done. Now, the appraisal is for the bank. The home inspection is for you. Those two things have nothing to do with each other. The home inspection is so you have peace of mind that you're purchasing a house that you're not going to have to dump a lot of money into in the future. The appraisal is for the bank, for the peace of mind knowing that they are lending you the proper amount of money for the house. Bank will not, and when I say bank, I mean your lender, your mortgage company that you choose to go through. They are not going to lend you more money than what they feel the house is worth. So the appraisal is for house value, and if required repairs or if repairs are required to do for the appraisal, that's when those will be addressed. Your home inspection, those repairs that you request are just asking the seller to make these repairs. The appraisal is telling the seller that the repairs the appraiser found have to be completed before the process can go forward. So don't get the two things confused. Home inspection is for you, appraisal is for the bank. Once those things are accomplished and all the things that we've asked for on the contract are taken care of and done, then we proceed and we go to the closing table. Now, from the date of the contract to the closing date can change, can move left or right. It's all according to how quickly you get your documents into the lender and how quickly the lender processes these documents and gets everything over to the underwriter. So after the appraisal, home inspection is done, and all the other inspections that we asked to be done on the contract are completed, then the underwriter reviews your files and see if there's any reason why they feel like they should not lend you the money to purchase the house. If there's no reason, they issue the clear to close. Alabama is a right of redemption state. When you get that clear to close, you have 3 days from that clear to close to get to the close. You cannot close within 3 days. It has to be 3 days or more, unless you sign a waiver with your lender that says, I waive those 3 days. I want to go ahead and close. Once your agent, your realtor, gets the clear to close from the lending company, then we contact the lawyer and ask the lawyer to be put on the books. At that time, if the lawyer has not received the documents from the lender, they can't put us on the books. If the lawyer hasn't received, the title work, they can't put us on the books. All of this should have happened already before we get the clear to close, but there are some incidences that these things do not take place prior to. So once we get the clear to close, we reach out to the closing attorney and we see if they can put us on their books 3 days past the clear to close. So on your contract, we could put a closing date of December 14th. However, documents and everything takes a little bit of time and we don't close till December 15th, or the lawyer can't get us on her books or his books until December the 17th. So we have to be kind of fluid with our closing, but do know that everybody is working towards that closing date, and that is the design date. However, there at the end, we have to be kind of fluid on the interworkings of people's schedules. And plus, we have to schedule with the seller too when they can close as well. So start to finish, that is pretty much, you know, the meat and potatoes of what to expect out of purchasing a house. When you come to me and you have your pre-approval and you say, Gina, I want to buy a house, what we do is we look at all the houses on the market and we start doing market research to find you the house that you described to us. Find you the house that you really feel like that's where you want to be. Find you the house with the best perfect potential for you. There's never such thing as the most perfect house for anybody. It's the house with the perfect potential, and that is what we do. So if you're a first-time home buyer, come to me. I love holding your hand and walking you through the process step by step. If you've already purchased a house before, yes, come on. I promise you will learn something new with every transaction. No two real estate transactions are the same. So if you're looking to purchase, 334-718-3362 is my cell phone number. Or if you just have questions on where to start, or good lenders, or good title companies, or just, you know, hey, what does the market look like today? Just give me a call, 334-718-3362.